Get your brand new AyChristene holiday merch at crowdmade.com/AyChristene. There are t-shirts, ugly Christmas sweaters, regular sweaters, beanies, and mugs. Head over to crowdmade.com/AyChristene right now and set yourself straight for the holiday season. Hey buddies, it's your girl AyChristene, and today we are checking out a Domics animation. This is Gold Dug. Wait. It's been a while since we've checked out a Domics video. I don't know if I've been missing them or if he hasn't posted in a little bit, which, you know, no dig or no hassle or anything. I was just curious if I missed one, but I'll check that on my own. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started. Hello. I know it's been a while. Okay, so maybe he hasn't posted in a while. Been having a tough time lately. I needed a bit of a break. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you're going through a tough time. Probably should have said something. It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, here's a new video. All right. Bam. Was close.
A couple of years ago, I got offered to be in a commercial for a certain product.
Look at his mouth.
During that time, I had just recently started dating this girl.
Okay.
Probably no more than a month.
Oh,
I told her about the gig and how excited I was because I've never been in a commercial before.
That is super
nor have
cool.
I never commercially acted.
Oh dear.
But I was nervous about it and thought it'd be nice if a friend was able to accompany me. A girlfriend, if I may.
Oh.
I wanted the moral support, and also it was early enough in the relationship that I still felt the need to try and impress her. And that is what led to my downfall.
Oh dear.
I asked the production team if it was okay to invite a friend to witness the scenes from behind.
Okay.
And they said, of course.
All right.
And continued to offer that whoever I invited could even be extras in some shots.
Okay.
Ooh, awesome,
yes.
I thought. But sadly, everyone else I knew was unavailable because filming was going to be super early in the morning.
I'm available though.
I asked my girlfriend
you can call me
if she wanted to come and if she was interested in
I like
being
him
an
tapping
extra.
her shoulder.
No dialogue required, minimal camera exposure, minimum pressure. In the commercial, she simply needed to pretend to be a friend while holding a cup of coffee. She was down and excited.
I love the
excited
dance.
to meet once I find out about the call time, which for me turned out to be 6 a.m.
Yikes.
She complained that it was way too early, and while I agreed because it would take me 2 hours to get there, it wasn't really up for negotiation.
Right.
I know filming heavily depends on good lighting, and you can't exactly negotiate
Objection!
with the sun. She still wanted to come, so I asked the team if they actually needed her the whole time.
Right.
And they said not until later on in the day at a specific location.
Oh,
cool.
All right,
I told her when and where to meet according to the schedule of locations we needed to hit on the day of filming.
Okay.
I think this was around mid-January, peak Canadian winter cold. And I wasn't exactly allowed to wear what I wanted while on camera.
Being comfortable.
They had me shop with the stylist a week prior, and as good as I looked,
that was cool.
I knew I'd freeze my ass off. Thankfully, the team
normally
was
they
very
take care of you
during the film.
They normally do.
Making sure that in between shots, I got into a jacket and filled all my pockets with heat packs because no way could
It's funny. He spit one out. I remember there was a movie that I was filming, and I think it was filmed in November in Florida. And that particular year, we had it was probably one of the coolest years, coldest years. I mean, in recent years in Florida. And we were filming in St. Pete, and it would be freezing cold. And even when we filmed in the Tampa area, they would have the heat lamps there so that in between takes, we were so cold. And mind you, it was supposed to be a baseball scene, so we're supposed to be outside. So there wasn't really a place you can go. They did have one inside place that you can sit, but there's a lot of people in there. So when it was full, they did have these heat lamps out, and you could stand by the fire, so to speak, to kind of cool down, because it was, I wouldn't say unnaturally cold, but it hasn't been cool like that in a November in a long time since then. Actually, since then, it hasn't been. It's been some warm Novembers and Christmases.
Could I survive the negative 30-degree weather with just a vest? Unfortunately, and sometimes this is just the nature of productions, things started falling behind
which is normal.
Some things came up and we needed to switch around the order of the locations.
Which is normal.
And because of this, it meant that my girlfriend at the time would have to wait longer than I initially told her to. I tried my best to communicate with her to make sure she was okay and gave constant updates on filming. but I could tell she was getting more impatient every time my text was anything but,
"Oh dear."
Here. Luckily, her location was at a coffee shop, so she was at least able to get out of the cold.
Right.
But waiting sucks.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I understand.
That, especially when we were 2 hours late to the location. Yeah, big yikes. Negative boyfriend points. I'm screwed. When we finally got there, I went straight to her and apologized like crazy.
That's so sweet.
She was upset, of course,
but it's not your fault.
So I offered to treat her to dinner afterwards from anywhere she wanted.
It's not your fault, though.
I proposed KBQ. She sounded excited, and I assumed things were settled. She looked like she felt better,
good.
and after a quick lunch break, we continued on with filming. The scenes went relatively smoothly, and soon enough, we were done. I thanked the team for their hard work, and then we went off to our dinner date. Had some good food, and then I went home. I'm sure glad things worked out.
Yep. Oh.
A couple of days later, I sent her a release form that she had to sign and send back to production, which is basically an agreement document that gives them permission to use the footage of her that they...
I'm nervous about this. Normally, you're supposed to get that before or while they're there. Like, you normally get that release form. That's basically, it's boilerplate typically, and it's like, hey, you're giving us the rights to use your face. That's why sometimes in productions or videos or movies or shows where you see like a face is blurred out, that person has not given the release. So for liability reasons, the person making the video will blur out the face. That way that person can't come back and be like, oh, you owe me money because I didn't give you rights to use my face, because you have rights to your face, the use of your face. I know how that sounded, but we're just going to keep moving. So I'm a little nervous that she, especially since we know that there's going to be something bad's going to happen, right? He keeps hinting and inferring that when he makes statements of like, girlfriend at the time, or everything was good, or so I thought, so something bad is going to happen. The other shoe is going to drop. I just wish that they got the release when she was there. That way, this hopefully won't be a problem. Maybe she still signs it. But when he said this, I was like, I've been in those situations where we had to cut a scene. Because I've been on both sides of the camera in regards to production. So I remember where I was working on a movie and a scene had to be cut because we couldn't get the release from a random person. So they either had to cut right before you saw the face or just trash a scene. And I've seen that happen before, and it sucks. But yeah.
Filmed. When I read her email that I was CC'd in, I joked to her about it because it looked kind of empty. Granted, it was just for a document attachment, but I did want good relations with these people, with this team, and at the least expected.
Yeah, here's my sound. At least she signed it.
I was overthinking it. Anyway, she was offended by my comment, saying she didn't want to be pretentiously polite and professional, especially with how much I made her wait on the day of filming. I once again tried to explain how it was out of my control, and all I really could do is show my remorse. We argued about it a bit more, and it eventually led to me asking what exactly I could do to make amends. And she replied with,
"Pay you?"
She wanted to get paid for her time, more specifically the 2 hours that made her wait, the acting she did for the one scene, and she also wanted to charge me for the BB cream I used for the shoot, which she gave to me as a gift, by the way. Yep, she wanted to charge me a whole bottle's worth of BB cream for the few droplets I used on my face.
My goodness.
I wasn't sure how to react to this properly. In hindsight, yeah, my bad for not clarifying that she wasn't getting paid. That misunderstanding was my fault. When I invited her, I thought it was more of a, hey, this is pretty cool, you want to be a part of it kind of invitation.
I get you want to be clear next time.
She was free to decline, and the production team wasn't exactly short on people to be extras. It was a very minor role that would occupy like 2.5% of the commercial. And that is exactly how much she asked to be paid, which is where the problem was, really. I agreed pretty easily with her wanting to be paid because I understood the concept that people should be compensated for their time.
Here's the thing, right? And I will listen to more of what he's got to say. This is not his fault. This is not his production. So it's not like he was like, hey, do you want to be part of my video that I'm doing? And they didn't talk about pay. And then here she comes like, oh, well, you had me wait for 2 hours, so you pay me. The fact that she wants him to pay her, right, for her time, on top of paying her for the BB cream that she gave him as a gift. Bye, heifer. Bye. Deuces to you.
time, but it didn't make sense to me why it wasn't a flat sum or an hourly rate. She wanted a percentage share of my earnings.
Oh my goodness.
And this put me in a spot because I really didn't want to reveal how much I was making to someone I had just recently started
it's none of her
dating.
business.
I had the right to that privacy. You know, I probably could have just made up a number. Yep, I should have just lied. Yeah, I made $10 from this commercial. Here's 25 cents plus $14 for the BB cream.
It was $14, that BB cream?
Anyway, it turned out to be a couple $100. And you know what the best part is? The production team had to scrap half of the footage. Yep, the client requested some changes with some shots, and it just so happens that the coffee shop scene was one of the few that got rejected. The team had to rewrite the script a bit, and we had to book another day to shoot the new scenes. They apologized and said my girlfriend was welcome to come again, but they wouldn't need any extras this time. Oh, thank goodness. Now she won't have to charge me 5%. And yeah, I still paid her the 2.5%. And for the BB cream. And then she roasted me for not knowing how to apply it properly.
No.
I'll show you, bitch.
Sniffling in the corner as he's applying it on his face. I don't agree. I do not agree. I understand, like, I've been in situations, I completely understand the mistake in not being clear on whether she should have gotten paid or not. But again, it is not my production. Excuse me. So the most you get is some sorries and possibly a dinner. Like he gave her a dinner. I would, if I had a friend waiting for that long, I'd be like, I'm so sorry. You know, it's not in my control. I'm really sorry. I understand you're upset because you waited so long. Hey, I'll buy you something, you know? All right. And that's where it ends. If you talk about I want to be compensated for my time and for the BB cream that I gave you as a gift, no. Just like there was no clarification on whether they was gonna pay you. There was no clarification that you wanted to be paid. And either way, whether you wanted or did not want to be paid, ain't got not to do with me. Because I didn't write them checks, they wrote them checks. Okay, so deuces. And that's someone that I would never, ever, like, our relationship is over. I'm not, because we ain't working out anymore. This is not, especially if it's something I'll be doing more of, I will never include you in anything ever again. You're obviously someone that, like, I don't even know how to explain that personality type. That there was no understanding. Like, I can empathize with the fact that you had to wait a long time, but this is not my production. I did not do this to you. I asked you if you wanted to do it. You willingly, voluntarily agreed to do it. The aspect of you getting paid on top of me paying you for the gift you gave me, that's not a good character situation, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So we good. No, bruh. No. That would have set me off. I'm not gonna lie, that would have set me off. I had to freak out this morning because somebody was acting crazy, but me and my husband talked about it. We good. It wasn't with my husband. He just helped calm me down. It was somebody else who I might not work with again. But sometimes I feel like people don't realize, especially I'm glad that I'm not mad at her email that didn't say anything in it. I also agree. I would want there to be like, thank you so much for letting me be a part of it, for professional courtesy, because you do want to keep the professional hands respectfully clean. You know, if they weren't disrespectful or rude to you, I want to make sure that they know that I'd like to work with them again, so that way you can keep those doors open. You know, that would be great. So I get him wanting her to say more. The fact that it didn't really bother me at all, because I don't think those people really care about that, to be honest. They just want the form. That's really all they want, is the form. Most times they barely even read what's in the email. They'll just read, make sure that there's nothing legally that has to be addressed. Okay, we good? She signed it, let's go. And they'll keep it moving. But I would never work with her again. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like the video, check out the link in the description box below to support Domics and Aaron, I believe it said. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, butters. Toodles.